71 responding code 3 to Woodbury, Del Camino. Ray PPD holds from the gunpoint 71.
Copy, Alcina 71 is going to be responding code 3 to assist PPD, red detention at gunpoint, Pasadena PD detaining 1 at gunpoint, and it's actually going to be your tag 199, copy.
Heliport, also do me a favor, check on the air check.
We're checking on Arrow now, and just be advised they are facing northbound at this location. Arrow should be switching.
Hello everybody, I'm Stuart Johnson and welcome to our special program. Have you ever thought about the helicopters? Well, we are on location today at the Benedict Heliport for the Pasadena Police Department's Air Operations Open House. Well, the air boss here at the Benedict Heliport is Lieutenant Michael Ingram, and our host today here. Lieutenant Ingram, what are we going to see? And it's great to see you again.
Good to see you, Stuart. What you're going to see today is our annual open house, where we have a chance to open our gates, land, and let the community come in and see what we do, how we do it, and to maybe ask some questions that they've had on their mind. We've been serving Pasadena proudly from the air for 42 years, and this is a great day for us and a good day to showcase some of our capabilities.
Now, you'll also have some demonstrations from motors. Elaborate, if you will.
Correct. We're going to have 3 demonstrations. One will be a SWAT demonstration with a helicopter. One will be a motor demonstration to demonstrate the skill of our traffic officers. And the last one will be a demonstration with our K9 unit, and to show what they're capable of doing.
There'll also be some information going on in the hangar.
Yes, we're going to open our doors and let people know what we do. They have a chance to meet our crews, talk to our mechanics. We have a number of other sections represented here today that they can look for employment opportunities, meet our special enforcement section, our forensics. So it should be a good open house where the community can come out and get to know us.
And speaking of education, and we will have a little demonstration on this in just a moment, but I really want to hear your thoughts and what this scenario is going on with people and lasers, shining them up at aircraft, helicopters, etc.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's becoming all too common nowadays, and LA leads the nation in laser attacks on aircraft. And our feeling is that it's an educational issue and that most people don't understand the consequences of their act, and they get themselves into a lot of trouble, both from a financial standpoint, from a criminal standpoint. And if we can spread the word and spread the education to the community, we're doing our part to hopefully, take a bite out of it.
Just a moment ago, we were talking about people shining up in the sky lasers. And Lieutenant Ingram, maybe you can give us a demonstration of what this really looks like on the inside of a helicopter and some of the effects that it has on personnel.
Sure. These are 2 handheld lasers that we've recovered in recent cases. When the beam hits the glass or the plastic, that it really explodes inside the helicopter, and that can compromise the night vision of the crew and could permanently or temporarily injure the crew. And we fly with 1 or 2 pilots at a time. If it's a 1-pilot crew and their vision is compromised, you could see where it would be very risky to the crew and to the community. Where
are these lasers coming from, and who is most likely to have them in terms of shining them up in the sky?
They're coming a lot through the internet, but you can pick them up. Many stores cover them nowadays, so you can get them anywhere. And the people that we're finding a lot, which we really want this message to get to, are kids. Kids are out in their backyards with friends, and they're looking at these lasers and they're shining them around, and a passing airplane or a police helicopter will come by and they start tracking us. And what that does is it puts the crew at risk. They don't realize the consequences of their actions.
And that's just by, like, if you could just shine it on the wall, just maybe not on the glass, but
sure,
just so that our camera guys can just see. They would think that this is probably harmless.
They would. They try and check the range and see how far out that beam can go. And then while an aircraft is flying over, and this, the police department's not the only one being targeted. It's commercial airliners, it's, private pilots. We happen to be up patrolling the skies a lot, so we see this on a regular basis. And like I said, LA leads the nation in laser strikes. So since 2012, since the beginning of the year, we've had 9 reported cases. So this is what it starts out with, and that's what it looks like inside the cockpit, where it can really put the crew and the community at risk.
Nothing should really be beamed at a helicopter. I mean, not even a flashlight.
No, absolutely nothing that would interfere with the pilot's ability to, manipulate the aircraft and would compromise their night vision.
All right, we're with the top cop here in Pasadena, Chief Philip L. Sanchez. Chief, good to see you again. Tell us what's happening here today at Benedict Heliport.
Well, Stuart, first of all, let me say thanks again for coming out and covering these stories. It's always a good opportunity to get the information back out to our community, the community we serve. Today's open house here at the Pasadena Heliport, and the idea really is to enrich our community about the crime-fighting capacity of our helicopters, as much as the PR side, the softer side of our helicopter service. What better way to do that than having an open house?
How many pilots are here?
Well, we have 7 different pilots. In fact, you well know, but for the viewing audience, we actually have one of our pilots, Carol Eldridge, is the first female pilot in the history of our 42 years of service in air operations.
And we'll be talking with her a little later on in the program. Chief, I'm going to let you go, but one more quick question. I wanted to maybe get your perspective on how the helicopter benefits the citizens of Pasadena, as well as any programs with the health department, etc.
Well, Stuart, it is really a great crime-fighting tool. The reality is that when we have a helicopter up in the air and there's an emergency call for service, those officers and that equipment is over the scene, already mitigating the emergency within, on the average, about 40 seconds. That's an extraordinary response time. So it is a force multiplier as a respect to crime-fighting capacity. Equally important, we play a role in public health as well. For many, many years now, the Pasadena Helicopter Program has been part of the mosquito abatement program. And so we work pretty well with public health and LA County Health. As our pilots fly around, they see abandoned pools that are attractions for mosquito and mosquito larvae, and then we call that, we mark it, and we call the health department in, and they mitigate the problem for us.
Well, we're standing here on, I guess you'd call it maybe a tarmac, with senior pilot Carol Eldridge. And thank you for just taking a couple of moments to speak with me. First of all, this is a male-dominated profession, and you're the only female pilot here, as well as the senior female pilot.
So far, the only female, and I am the senior pilot, yes.
I imagine, Officer Eldridge, along the way, somebody said, you can't do that. And the reason why I'm delighted to speak with you is because this kind of disproves things that women can't do.
True. It was difficult. When I started back in 1984, there were very few females even on the department as a whole. But the boss up here, he was a visionary and he was very supportive, and all the guys up here were behind me and helped me out, and I'm happy I got to come up because it's been a great career.
Being a police officer, is that your passion, or is your passion flying?
It's both. It's both. I've always been intrigued by helicopters. They're fascinating. I wanted to be a pilot, but I also love people. I love working around a lot of people, so this was a really good fit for me.
Tell us about this aircraft here.
Well, this is our Bell Jet Ranger. We have one of these. It's a 1978 model. Goes about 150 miles an hour. This one is equipped to do all the police work with the moving map system, the searchlight, and the FLIR system.
How many hours can this helicopter stay up in the air without landing?
This one with full fuel, about 3.5 hours.
And as a police officer, how do you think that this helps your job easier?
This is the best tool in the department as far as I'm concerned. We have a lot of great tools, but with this we can get anywhere so quick. We don't have to worry about traffic. As long as, if we're up, even if we're on the ground and have to respond, it only takes an extra 2 or 3 minutes. But we can get there first and hopefully just paint a picture of what's going on to the responding units and get everything handled.
Within the city limits of Pasadena, because I know we also help other agencies, but within the city limits, you can just about be anywhere in how long?
50 seconds.
50 seconds?
If we're up in the air, from one end of the city to another, probably 50 seconds.
Well, we have made our way over to the SWAT display here at the Pasadena Police Department Open House. I'm joined now by Team Leader Officer Sean Dawkins. And Officer Dawkins, great to see you again. Maybe you can give us just a little information about the Bearcat.
Sure. Behind us we have the Bearcat. We use this on a lot of tactical operations. Some of the tactical operations we'll use it on is all our search warrants. We'll also use it if we have a critical incident in the city. Its primary purpose is to protect the officers inside. It's completely ballistic all the way around. And so the other purpose is to protect any civilians. If we need to go in and rescue a civilian or someone, we could pull them inside the Bearcat. It'll carry like fully loaded 10 to 12 SWAT officers. So we could pull a civilian in there and it protects them too in case there's a shooting or any rounds being fired at us. Like I said, it's completely ballistic. It'll stop any high-powered rifle round. It'll actually stop a 50 cal, up to a 50 cal. Through the glass will stop it as well. You can see all the stuff we have on it. We have gun ports on the sides. We also have the turret up top. We have the windows along the sides so we can see out from the back, the rear, the front, the sides. And we have the skids on the side where we can mount officers if we're going up to a location and we need to deploy quickly. We could put a bunch of officers on the outside of it, which you'll see actually during our display today. You'll have about 8 officers alongside of that. So once it stops in front of the location that we're looking at, we could just jump right off the Bearcat and go right up to the location.
What is the weight of this machinery?
The weight, it's about 15 tons, so it's a pretty heavy piece of equipment.
And this Bearcat also assists other departments.
Oh yes, yeah. It was purchased for mutual aid, so other agencies, local agencies that are within Area C. There's about, I think, 8 to 10 agencies in Area C can call us up if they need to use it, and we're more than happy to share it with them. We all work together as a team, so they call us up, and usually we'll send one of our officers with the Bearcat to drive it over there, and then they can use it on the same type of things that we have, a search warrant or a critical incident.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, Officer Dawkins, is we're here at the heliport, and from your perspective, how does the helicopter help you and your team?
We use the helicopter all the time. Here in Pasadena, we're very fortunate to have, I think they have a total of 7 helicopters. Obviously, they're not all up at the same time. We're also work together with Glendale and Bearcat, so we almost have air coverage throughout the entire day. It starts in the morning and goes all the way late into the evening. I think there's probably about a 6-hour window starting at 2 in the morning, maybe till 8 in the morning that we don't have a helicopter up. But we're very fortunate here. And we use it with patrol, obviously. It's very helpful if we're looking for a suspect that may have got away from one of the officers or got away before the officers got there. The helicopter's up and to look for a vehicle or persons on foot. And in SWAT operations, it's very helpful also. You know, like I said, with a search warrant, when we surround a house, we have all the SWAT officers around the house, but the helicopter is able to give us a view of some of the things that the SWAT officers on the ground can't see. We've had an actual incident in the city where someone jumped out and was on the roof of a location. So the helicopter is able to see everything that's going on where the officers on the ground don't have a good vantage point.
We'd like to welcome you to the Pasadena Police Department heliport. This is the Benedict Heliport. It's been home to the Air Operations Section for 40 years. My name is Mike Ingram, and I'm the lieutenant in charge of this section. This is a big day for us, and it's a chance to open our gates and allow the public and members of our city staff to come in and see what we do and how we do it. So we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come out and visit us today. Please talk to the crew, take pictures, have a hot dog, and really enjoy yourself. Like I said, it's a big day for us, and it wouldn't have been possible without a lot of very talented and committed people. I'd like to thank our volunteers, who are kind of the unsung heroes of our police department. I'd like to thank the other sections in the department. Go talk to them, see what they do. They're very talented, capable, and passionate people trying to make Pasadena really a world-class city for you guys to enjoy. We've got all the demos here to look at. At 11:30, we're going to have our first demonstration. It's going to be an active shooter scenario similar to what we did last year. But with that, I'd like to introduce my boss, Philip Sanchez, to say a few words.
Thanks, Mike. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Pasadena's Heliport Open House. And as Mike had indicated, please take the time to talk to the officers and talk to the city staff, folks that are around. We have a static show, and you've already heard about some of the demonstrations we're going to have as well. The Pasadena helicopter program has been in existence for about 42 years. And we run an extraordinarily safe program in part because of Lieutenant Ingram's leadership and the committed staff that we have here at the Pasadena Air Service and Support Service. It is an extraordinary crime-fighting tool. In most cases, when the helicopter is up and there's an emergency call, Mike and his crew, our dedicated pilots and tactical flight officers, are able to be over the crime and starting to manage the emergency roughly in about less than a minute, about 59 seconds or so. So it is an extraordinary crime-fighting tool. It is also a public health tool, a program that was instituted a few years ago to help mitigate mosquito. So we do mosquito abatement with the Los Angeles County Health Department and with our own health department as well. So this is your opportunity to ask the questions to the helicopter staff and uniformed personnel as well. Please engage them. We're happy you're here. Learned a lot about the program. This is your police department. It's your community. And together I think we can make a difference. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Driver, step out of the vehicle now with your hands up. Slowly, step out, put your hands up. Drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife. Drop the knife. Passenger, put your hands outside the window. I say again, passenger, put your hands outside the window. Passenger, keep your hands outside the window. Passenger, with your right hand, slowly step out of the vehicle with your hands up. Slowly step outside the vehicle, face me, with your hands up. Keep your hands up. Slowly step out of the vehicle. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Stop right there. Stop right there.
All right, bad guy, stand still.
Well, it's been an exciting day here at the Benedict Heliport of the Pasadena Police Department. We've seen canine demonstrations, a takedown of a felony stop, and of course all of this wonderful machinery. That's going to do it for me, Stuart Johnson. Thank you very much for joining us.